Hey, what's up? My name is Bob, and today I would like to talk a little bit about drumming. And one drummer in particular that has really inspired me over the years, someone I look to for inspiration and motivation and drive. This is basically a message to Lars Ulrich of Metallica, and if he happens to be watching, hi Lars, I'm a huge fan, and you might think of me as a giant cock after you see this, but in all honesty, I'm nobody. My name's Bob. I just got off work. I'm headed home, but I needed to stop here and talk about a few things in the hopes that you'll watch this and maybe even respond. I played drums for numerous bands over the years. I'm in 3 bands currently. I've toured Europe in 2004 playing music, toured Europe in 2006 playing music. I've toured the States. I've played with all kinds of bands like Skin Lab, 6 Feet Under, Dying Fetus, Green Jelly, MOD, Reflux, Rainworm, 6 Feet Under. I think I already said those guys. Anyways, that's unimportant. I'm basically a father and a husband with a day job, weekend warrior, if you will. And Lars is this giant fucking entity. He's a legend. He's played on some of the most amazing metal albums that you could ever possibly hear. What comes close to even thinking about standing in the same shadow as Master of Puppets? Very few albums. Slayer, you know, those guys come close with a few albums. But no one quite does it like Metallica. I think the statistics speak for themselves. Metallica has sold fucking millions of records. Millions and millions of records. But, yeah, Lars, you've inspired me, and you've taught me an immense quantity of musicianship, of drumming, and given me so many ideas to play with over the years. It's quite amazing, really, how much you can learn without actually meeting this person. I'm not anything special. I'm just a weekend drummer. I've played my shows. I've had my fun, and I've always pushed myself to learn and get better. Unfortunately, when I was first learning how to play From the Bell Tolls or any other Metallica song, and I was like, I needed to learn it because I wanted to be Lars Ulrich Jr. I lost quite a big chunk of my hearing before I realized the importance of earplugs. That's why I'm wearing these damn things. And 25 years later, I'm still learning. I'm 34, be 35 here in January. Today's date is 11/7/2013. And I haven't let my hearing loss stop me from learning, playing, getting better and better and better. I damn sure wouldn't let money stop me from learning and playing and getting better and better and better. A couple things here. I'm sitting here with this piece of paper. I've got some notes I took at work today because I've been thinking about doing this video for a long time. One of the notes I have on here says, "Have you peaked?" I really have to ask that question. You can still play all the old shit note for note mostly. I mean, you can still play Battery, Blackened, One. You can play all that shit. You've got a lot of really fast, intricate stuff on Death Magnetic, and you pull that stuff off live. So I mean, respect. That's great. You fucking do it. But sometimes I really gotta compare those earlier albums to this album, Death Magnetic, or anything that comes out recently, because I can't help but feel that something's kind of missing. And I realize that you're a drummer and you're not so focused as being in the limelight, and you'd probably much prefer James or Kirk to be out there in the first place. But don't kid yourself, Lars. There are things that's going on in the music that I've still got my work glasses on. that really puts you in the limelight and really show that Metallica's drummer is a very formidable drummer, and you can learn from him, and just you've got chops and shit. But some of that stuff is missing from the new albums, and I kind of want to say that's due to, in part, to laziness. Now, when Metallica started out back in 1981, 1982, 1983 with the first album, Kill 'Em All, you guys were dirt fucking poor. Well, I mean, shit, Lars grew up rich. Most of the guys dirt fucking poor. Hungry. You wanted it. You went for it. You gave everything for it. Same way I had, But you guys were successful in going after what you were going after. And I think after the Black Album, after the Black Album, things started getting a little pussified. So, I mean, you don't have to listen to what I'm saying. I mean, something else I want to touch base on is you would write parts that were great. They were creative. They were inspiring, and you had these quirky little fills that I found just badass. And over the years, they seem to come up missing. One in particular that always kind of pissed me off is in Blackened, the "See Your Mother Put to Death, See Your Mother Die" fill. Where the fuck did it go, Lars? Really, I mean, it's not a complicated fill, but it was prominent on the CD. It was prominent on the song live when you would play it back in the Justice Tour or whatever. It's not a difficult fill. Why do you keep excluding it when you play it live? It's a disappointment. I know you can play it. Why are you dissing your fans like that? It's a simple fill. It's is it, Lars? I'm frustrated now. So there's that. Have you peaked, Lars? No, I don't think you have. Because if you can't play that, if you can't play something that you made up yourself, something that simple, then I don't know. I think it's just due to laziness. You've already got $1 million. Why put forth any more energy than what you really need to? I'm sure you wipe your ass with Pablo Picasso's paintbrush. In Master of Puppets, the first lyric in the first verse, and in Creeping Death in the first verse, when you play it live, you have the same damn snare drum fill. And it's not even a good snare drum fill. Now I know that you're into it, and it's just like, yeah, and it's like, drummers get this overwhelming thing going on with adrenaline, and you're just playing, and you're fucking hammering it out. And it just fucking happens. But have you played any of those videos back and watched it, or looked at it and listened to it, and thought, hey, I'm doing the same damn thing over and over and over again? And the passion play, tumbling away. Or, slaves, he was born to serve to the pharaoh, to his every... What the fuck? I'm sorry, Lars, but you don't have to listen to me. This is fucking stupid. I'm just... I don't know. You've played thousands upon thousands of shows to millions upon millions of fans. All these fans are still going to buy your records. Regardless, if you play like fucking Phil Rudd of AC/DC or Joey Jordison of Slipknot. I think in a magazine I read somewhere you were talking about hanging out with drummers and talking shop and shit, and you said something to the effect of, I don't really want to hang out with drummers and talk shop and talk about how they tune their snare drums and shit like that. That's boring to me. Lars, I cannot stress to you enough. You need to talk to other drummers and talk about how they tune their snare drums, because that's what makes a drummer. That's what drummers do. They have to be involved in their craft. They have to constantly progress their knowledge. Especially after that fucking atrocious snare drum of St. Anger. Motherfucker, dude, go to school and turn fucking snare drum with some of your drummer pals. You know every fucking person out there. Hang out with Mars a bit, your drum tech. Let him show you. I don't know. Give me 5 hours. Hang out with me 5 hours. And let's just shoot the shit. Let's talk shop a little bit. I'm not going to take up much of your time. Fuck. I mean, you don't want to hang out with drummers and talk drum shit and... I mean, do you even care about playing drums, or is there other things on your mind? Are you just doing it to keep Metallica alive, like a nostalgia act? Come on, man. I don't mean to bust your balls so much, dude, but I got people saying, you know, oh, Justice is a great album, but that's fucking Drum Machine on Justice for All. No, it's not. You'd use triggers on it, but it's not a fucking drum machine. I'm sure they were ironing out the kinks and using digital recording around 1988, 1989. That shit wasn't very popular. Most people were still doing analog. Oh man, I'm ranting. I'm just some dude talking to a video camera about Lars Ulrich, who's never going to see this video. Lars, you should care. You should care quite a bit. A lot of people even say straight to James Hetfield's face, "Oh, your drummer sucks. Lars Ulrich sucks." No, Lars Ulrich doesn't suck. Lars Ulrich is still a fucking very badass drummer. A very unique individual. Someone who's inspired millions of drummers, such as myself, to even pick up a pair of drumsticks and go for it in the first place. I wanted to be Lars Ulrich Jr. so fucking bad it hurt. You've shifted gears and you're not playing like what you used to play on old albums. Hell, everybody in Metallica aren't playing like what they used to in old albums. Everyone's been through so many lifestyle changes and shit. James quit drinking. Third bass player in. Kurt, hair plugs. I don't know. Oh shit. People change. People play what they want to. And isn't it Cliff that said, we're going to do what we want to do. And if we don't like it, if people consider that selling out, then whatever. I don't mean to bust your balls, Lars. And if you're watching this, I'm sorry if I'm offending you. I'm sorry. I mean, you don't give a shit about what I'm saying. Who am I kidding? So, that being said, the new Metallica movie, Through the Never, was cool. I went and saw it. My favorite parts happened to be the credits, though. I named my son Orion. So, kudos to that. Very awesome. I think you need to evaluate some things, Lars, and really put that foot forward into becoming a better drummer. Because I know you haven't peaked. I've got a fucking 7 drum kits behind me. Guitars, basses, rack, a bunch more cymbals. So a bunch of shit in here. And I put all this money and shit that I really can't afford to put into my music career because of you. I don't regret it because it's been a lot of fucking fun. And I just don't see how it could be fun if I don't put everything I got into it. If I just got up on stage and just kind of just play the songs. Just play what you have to play to get through it. You know, that's not cool. So Lars, put that fucking fill back in blackened. Back in black. Stop playing lazy fills. Show some balls, man. I know you've got it in you to play some fucking cool shit. You've got talent. Just open your eyes, talk to some drummers. Be a drummer again. Lars Ulrich started out as a fucking drummer. Be a drummer again. Don't half-ass it. Millions of fans would appreciate that from you. Instead of walking around saying, Metallica's awesome, Lars was just kind of blah, blah, blah. So, I think that's going to conclude my rant. Yeah. Yeah, about covers. So, thanks for watching, and thank you, good night.